My name is Miriam Chotalimie. I work with the Association for Strengthening Agricultural Research in Eastern and Central Africa, ASARECA. ASARECA is headquartered in Uganda, but it's an 11-member country research organization that works on coordinating collective action to respond to research issues that are regional in nature and where we expect to generate public goods. So what is the role of ASARECA in GREAT? ASARECA is partnering with GREAT, which is led by Cornell and Makerere University. GREAT is really looking at enhancing gender equality competence for researchers all over Africa. Of course, they are target countries, but the net is cast wide in terms of identifying applicants to the course who want to enhance their capacities for gender equality research or gender responsive research. So GREAT in itself is looking at setting up Makerere University as a center of excellence for gender responsive research. It also looks at delivering a course that is tailor-made for project teams that actually do agricultural research, but from an interdisciplinary perspective, ensuring that breeders, socioeconomists, and entomologists, pathologists, whatever the research question may be, that it is actually conducted in a gender responsive manner. And at the end of it all, men and women who are the clientele of these research institutions eventually have benefits or outcomes that are equitable. We don't want to see a position where our research benefits men or women alone. We want to see equality of outcomes for all. And that process requires that the research teams in themselves really are able to identify the needs of their clientele, who are the farmers, the processors out there. That those needs are identified, and that these researchers then get the capacities to actually put those needs into their research design process. That is something that where we've had a gap in the region, speaking from ASARECA's perspective. We've trained before gender teams, but at the end of it all, most of the time they would come out sensitized, aware what gender is, but without the actual skills and competencies to actually put that learning into practice. So GREAT is changing that landscape and making sure that the researchers actually have the tools and the methods, and they actually are able to ensure equality of outcomes for women and men out there who are trying to generate money out of farming as a business. At the end of the day, we want to see an environment within the NARIs that is cross-cutting in the sense that the mechanisms that ensure accountability to gender equality are not housed within individuals, but they are institutionalized. So the role of ASARECA is to work with our GREAT fellows. We make sure they have the skills and motivation to actually champion gender responsive research beyond their own competencies and allow it to cut across the institution. This is not an easy approach because gender mainstreaming has been actualized as a top-down strategy. It must come from the leadership, and they must lead by example. And our GREAT fellows are scientists. So they have to gain the skills to be able to help their leaders to actually champion the process and allow every other staff member to recognize gender responsive research as something that is valuable, as something that is science in itself, as something that is critical to delivering impacts of research on the ground. In a nutshell, we'll be looking at the systems, at the culture, accountability mechanisms, incentives, and everything else. And we hope that at the end of the day, we'll have not only a critical mass of researchers who have gender equality competencies, but we'll also have institutions that value gender responsive research, that support it in terms of allocating it budgets and allocating staff time to the researchers to actually do gender responsive research, and also loading them and applauding them when they succeed as they do so. So why do we think this is important for the institutions? We know that at the end of the day, when a specific NARI has succeeded in becoming gender responsive, they will be more impact oriented. They will be known for being gender responsive. We know that they will be an attractive employer. They will have results that are visible out there for everyone to see, and many, many more outcomes and impacts.